So if you haven't seen some of these videos coming out where all these major cities, you got street corners, many even suburbs, many places across the nation are going through this crazy immigration epidemic where a lot of migrants, a lot of people from other countries are just camping out in various places. And again, it's raising this question about deportation, about people coming in, open borders, and all that stuff. Now, what a lot of people, and I'm sorry to say this, people that are not thinking correctly, what they're going to do is they're going to just apply some blanket statement to, all the immigrants. Hey, we got to love them. We got to just accept them. It's okay, let them in and all that stuff. But what you've got to realize is that you need boundaries. You need rules. You need to allow people to go through a system that's fair, that is, yes, going to receive people that are seeking asylum, that may legitimately be in some issue from their home country or whatever it is that allows them to come here. But you've got to realize that there are systems in place that you need to go through to allow these people to come in illegally. And I'm saying this because a lot of people are waking up, right? A lot of these mayors, these governors, they say something, right? They say something that pleases people. Years ago, like, hey, no, our state, our city will be a sanctuary city or state. Come to find out, you got hundreds of thousands of people rolling in, and then they backtrack on their words. And at one point, they were open, they were willing. The next, when push came to shove, when all these people started coming over, they say, oh, no, actually, we need to shoo them out. That's actually not something that we need to have right now. And so there's a lot of double standard, right? There's a lot of talking, a lot of talk, but not walk the walk. And so I'm saying this because as Trump recently announced, right, he's saying that I will immediately terminate every open borders policy by the Biden administration. You can come into our country, he says, but you have to come in legally. And something that he's been saying for a while is that other countries are emptying out their prisons, insane asylums, mental institutions, and dumping out many terrorists, bringing them over the border. One thing he also said in a recent speech is, following the Eisenhower model, we will use all state, local, federal, and military resources to carry out the largest deportation operation in American history. Eisenhower deported a record, I think, 1.3 million in 1955. Yale, MIT calculated 22 million illegals in 2018. FAIR calculates 4.9 million under Biden, totaling what might be 27 million. Trump said in 2015 that I think he's hearing 30 million illegals, could be 34 million. And so realize that that's a lot of people. But again, when you're flooding cities, when you got street corners, when you got people even coming up against your property, your rights, and they're robbing you, they're doing all these things, you're not vetting these people, right? You have to really think, right? You have boundaries when you set for your house, for your family. Yes, you want to love people. Our house, we accept a lot of people. We allow people to come through. They may not even be citizens, right? They may be orphans. They may be all these things. Yes, the Bible talks about do not oppress the orphan, the widow, the sojourner, right? The alien, these things. But you have to do it in a smart, in a discerning way. You don't just open up things and allow chaos to happen. Otherwise, you have a country that's going to go to ruins. And so Trump, many others, they're not here. And again, people are mixing the message. They're not looking at the details of what it means when he's talking about deportation, when he's talking about getting law and order in place. He's not saying things because he's a hateful person, because he doesn't want these people in our country. He wants people in our country in a legal, lawful way, not a hate sort of message for people. So people that don't know the detail, they're going to mix it and say that he's just a bigot and a hater, as well as many other people that are supporting deportation and these things. Again, you're not going to allow somebody to come into your house, into your company, into your workplace, unless they are vetted, unless you screen them, unless you look at their work. And yes, you're going to allow them to be received, but in a proper way for which you have standards and protocols, rules and laws in place. So I'm saying this because, again, if you have been following me, you know that there are certain narratives and certain stories that need to be amplified such that it brings people to the precipice so that they can realize what's really going on. And I've also said before that I believe that Trump did something very strategic with the open borders. He could have completed the wall, but he allows certain gaps to be open. And there's there's a narrative for the normies for this whole immigration thing and open borders, but there's another thing to catch people in the act. It's a sting operation. There's drug cartels, there's human trafficking cartels, there's other things that Trump is not going to say in his speech, but he's doing the military, Trump and many other people, they're doing this for a reason, to catch other people and to even have it so that they commit the crime so that it's irrefutable, the evidence that comes out, for which he can catch certain leaders, certain people, certain countries, certain cartels and criminal organizations or whatever it is. So there's deeper things going on for which it borders on conspiracy, it borders on stuff that you need to research and things that you may not necessarily, quote unquote, have the evidence for, but it's happening. It's happening. And whatever that is, God has it. Trump, the military, whoever, the good guys, the patriots, the white hats, they have it. Let it be. But for now, if we're operating in this realm for the immigrant and open borders and this space, so be it, because more people need to wake up and understand the situation properly. So those are my 2 cents. Just wanted to encourage you guys with this. Love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.